Okay, awesome. So let's see if I can share my screen now. Okay, yes. Okay, perfect. And we're gonna go here. There you go. So if you see on my screen, these are the classes that I'm teaching or classes that I'm taking or connected to. Um, yours is going to look different, obviously, because whatever classes you're signed up for, that's what you're going to see on your portal. But if you wanted to get in touch with me, the best way to do that is to just click on this little inbox. And then when you click on the inbox, that's where you send in whatever messages that you want to send to me. Just click this little icon, select the course that you're in, and then you'll start sending a message to me. If your cell phone is your best friend and that's the way that you communicate with everyone, you can text me, you can even call me. I have my real phone number on the syllabus, which is on Canvas, and you can find all of that information if you just go to our portal, which is here. And there's lots of different ways. One, it's in the syllabus in announcements. And then there's also pages, which gives you information about the instructor, has my contact information, etc. And you can view all the pages and you'll see there's lots of different, information about the class, information about the college, etc. So because I'm recording this, again, my name is Robin McGehee, but you can call me Robin. It doesn't have to be a formal environment, mainly because I want it to feel safe and comfortable for all of you. Now, in connection to the class, the best thing, if every week, if I was in this class, what I would be doing is every Monday, I would be checking in on Canvas. And the reason that I say Monday is because that's going to give you a full week to know what you have to do for the week, what the assignment is that needs to be completed by Sunday night at midnight, and what you need to be reading and you kind of all the updates for that week. I will always send out an announcement. You've already seen one of them. That's this thing that's right here. Let's see. I move this right here. You've already seen this announcement that says Speech Advice Weekly Update number 1. So you're going to get another one on Monday of next week, which will be number 2. And if I ever send one out during the week, I just label it with whatever it's about. So for example, I will send out a video of today's discussion. And then I'll say, Zoom meetup from this week. And then you'll know, okay, well, that's the Zoom meetup from week 1. If I missed it, if I wasn't there, then I need to watch it. These Zooms are optional. You do not have to be at every single one. I know that people have life going on with work and school and kids and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And on top of that, a pandemic and a crazy political system. And so I know that there is a lot of stressors. And I don't expect you to be at every Zoom, but if you have questions, if you want to hear me explain more of what's in our lectures that I video out or our PowerPoints that I send out, that it's a good opportunity for you to just check in with me, ask your question, and then you can take off or be a part of the class in that moment. It's totally up to you. Now, some students really like that environment. They want to show up every single time I have a Zoom, totally fine. But I also know that there's a lot of students that have other things going on. Now, I will say that there is a requirement in April where a few of the classes are mandatory. And the reason for that is you have to deliver one live speech before the end of the semester. So every speech that you're going to give in here is either one-on-one with me, you upload it to YouTube or to Canvas, and then people watch it, or the final speech, which is a live speech in front of an audience of students through Zoom, just like kind of like what I'm doing right now. That is not until April. And so in April, you'll know when those dates are. It's always going to be at this time because this is the time of the class. So what I recommend is that you in advance start planning for work, children, school, and make sure that in April you're taking time to just make sure that those classes, you're not scheduling anything in those 3 days. And the 3 days are already listed in your class calendar. Again, you can find that if you look at announcements. There's a link that says class calendar, and every single date of everything that we're doing and when it's due is listed in this class calendar. You'll know exactly what's happening. So that's the major thing that you should know in reference to this week, that week 1 assignment is due, that you should be reading all of Canvas to make sure that you understand what the class is about. You know, there, you find out what the resources are. Your textbook is listed in Pages. It's a free book. You don't have to buy it. It's online. I will always kind of tell you which chapters that you need to be reading. And each week I will message you with the videos or the PowerPoints that go along with the discussions that are happening for that week. Now I am going to introduce myself to the class. I'll post in that week 1 introduction my own little bio where I'll kind of talk about who I am and you know, what my history is, etc. And so you will see that listed in the introductions, and then you'll also see a video where I kind of do the introduction based on things that I have done in previous classes. So what I would suggest is that you look at that week 1 introduction in the assignments area, and that you also watch the videos that I post on Monday, and that information will be invaluable for you as you begin to kind of look at the week. So I'm going to look at chat really quickly and see if there's any questions.
Hey, Jackson. Hey, Sebastian.
Sorry, my dad just walked in. I apologize, guys. Welcome to the world of Zoom in class. Okay, so any questions? Anybody have any questions? Thank you, Dad. I love you.
Love you too.
No questions whatsoever? You guys are brilliant right off the start. Okay. All right, so I'm going to say just a few more things and then I'll let you guys take off. So this class, the major, if you're wondering like what's the assignments like, the major thing obviously is speeches. Half of the class and half of your grades come from the speeches that you either upload or deliver to the class. The other part of the class is watching speeches and then writing a short paper about what you liked and disliked. It's not research driven where you got to cite sources and, you know, do a MLA or APA formatted document. You will have to cite sources in your final speech, but we'll talk about how to do that. It won't be foreign to you when you do it. All of that will be addressed early on. So the class is really about participation, doing the activities when I post them, giving your speeches over the course of the semester, making sure you do your famous speech critiques, which are those short papers. And other than that, if you are keeping up on number 1, the announcements that I send out every Monday, and then submitting the assignments, you'll be totally fine. And again, you know, many of you have messaged me about, you know, do I have to be at Zoom? I will always be posting whatever I do when I meet up with the class. But I also have found that most students at the end of the semester say, hey, I wish I would have come to more Zooms. I think I would have liked, you know, and connected more with the material or whatever. But the reason I don't make it mandatory is because I do have students that sign up and they're trying to, you know, juggle extra classes or work or whatever is going on in their own life. So if you ever have questions because you are one of those people that are optionally coming, then the best way to get in touch with me is through the inbox of Canvas or through text messaging. Email, I rarely check and respond to students, mainly because I have over 150 students in classes. And so if I was going there and having to come here, sometimes it duplicates the messages. So I prefer either texting or calling or Canvas inbox. All right, so any other questions? Everybody good? So what's the one thing that you have to do before Thursday? At least one person has to say it.
The introduction.
Yes, the introduction assignment. And then you have to respond to 2 people by the end of the weekend. And then answer anything that somebody writes to you in your own comments that they send or submit to you.
Where do we
Robin,
go
is
to submit or where do we go to comment on other people's papers?
So what you would do, so if you go to, let's just say that you're in the class and you want to do the assignment first. So then you would go to assignments and you just click on week 1 introduction assignment, or you could go to modules right here. And then you would just start on week 1. This is what I would really recommend you doing. It won't be this many things every week, but this is, if you read through this, you're going to know everything you need to know about the class. You're going to get information about me. You're going to get information about the textbook. You're going to get information about the syllabus. The syllabus tells you every assignment that's due. It tells you everything about what the class is about, how the class works. I look at this as kind of like our prenup, and you're saying, okay, if I stay in this, then, you know, I'm agreeing I'm going to do this. And if not, then we're going to have a nasty divorce at the end of the semester. You're going to talk about me. I'm going to talk about you. It's going to be, you know, bad. But hopefully you're going to do everything that's outlined in the syllabus. And the way that you're going to do that is by reading and getting familiar with it. And so if you went to pages, our assignments, our modules, and you clicked on week 1, then this is the week 1 introduction assignment. All you do to do this assignment is hit reply. And so reply is there. Then you would post your information. And then once you post your information, so for example, Diana's already done that, then she would put her information here. 2 people need to reply to her. Cynthia's already done it. Now another person needs to reply to her. But whoever replies to her, then she would hit reply and send them a message and say, you know, something back. If it's something relevant, like if they just say, welcome to the class, Diana, nice to meet you, then she doesn't have to, you know, go on and just say, nice to meet you. But if they say, you know, hey, I love vinyl records too, you know, I'm so glad that, you know, somebody else in the class has that, you know, interest. What's your genre of music that you like? If they ask a question and you should be continuing the engagement, then that's what I'm looking for you to reply to. If they don't do anything like that, then you're totally fine. You don't have to respond. Okay, somebody else had a question.
Oh, I was going to ask, is the responses, are they due on Friday or over the weekend?
Let me see what let's see what it says here.
Because it says Friday on the assignment.
Yeah, so do it. I would say do it by Friday. Let's look really quickly and see what I put as the deadline. I'll tell you right now, just so you'll know. Due Thursday. Okay, so yeah, so your introduction is due by Thursday night at midnight. I say Friday by midnight to comment, but if you don't, it's still going to be available after Thursday. So you could still go in there, I mean, after Friday. So even though I say on Friday, I only say that because I want to try to get people to really be engaged this week. But let's just say you work until, you know, late on Friday and you want to do it on Saturday or Sunday, it'll still be live and up there, and I'll still give you credit for doing it as long as you do it by Sunday night. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, anybody else questions? Okay, perfect. So the last thing that I'll say is I truly believe that this class is a powerful class. Once I put my bio up, you'll see that I have a history of public speaking. I've spoken at a march on Washington and DC in front of 250,000 people before, at events in Fresno at City Hall. I truly believe that quote of when we speak, we shape the world. We have the ability to speak out and address things that we feel are important. And, you know, even though the demonstrators that took the Capitol and defamated and destroyed things at the Capitol last week are not the way to do it, in my opinion, I definitely believe in nonviolent civil disobedience and speaking out. And so, for example, those people that marched on the Capitol and had a voice that they wanted to share about their feelings that, Trump won and, they believe that, he should be the president and that the world is not working in the direction that they want it to, or the United States is. They have every right to go out and speak and say whatever they want, as long as they do it in a way that's not destructive and, breaking down and destroying things. And the same thing with the BLM movements of the Black Lives Matter movements, going out and peacefully protesting and bringing light to injustices around police discrimination, or feeling that issue needs to be addressed in reference to how the community is being treated. Totally fine. When you start destroying businesses, et cetera, that's not using your voice, that's actually using violence. And so what I'm trying to focus on in this class is, how do we use our voice to get a better job, convince somebody to go out on a date with us, stand up for Black Lives Matter, stand up for Donald Trump, stand up for whatever you believe in. I don't care where your opinions are in reference to what you believe in. I support you and, believe you have that right to, as an American, to believe whatever you want. But I also believe that if I feel differently, that I need to be figuring out how to articulate that belief through public speaking as well, to stand up in opposition to whatever you believe in if I don't believe in it. That is the American way. And so this class is going to be focused on how to be a better public speaker. I'm not expecting everyone to come into this class and be perfect at public speaking. You're going to come in, you're going to deliver your speeches. It's going to feel nerve-wracking, even though you're recording it and posting it. You're going to be anxious about that. But my advice is, don't drop the class just because you're nervous, because you're going to need to take this class at some point, and I am going to make it the most easiest and comfortable that I can. And you're never going to probably have an opportunity like this again, where you can take this class in an environment, not me, but just because of the pandemic, through an online community. And so I would really suggest that if you're struggling with the public speaking component, that you just reach out to me. If you're struggling with, deadlines or other things that are going on, always reach out to me. I'm always available. And then I will try my best to make sure that this is an easy to manage and go through class. Any questions before we end? I'm gonna stop share. Perfect. Okay, so again, there's 27 people online and 11 people have submitted the introduction assignment. So that means that your major thing that you have to do is get that assignment in as quickly as possible. And then by the end of this week, I will have posted this video about what we discussed in class. And then from there, if you want to watch it again, or if you want to try to recruit somebody to be in the class, send the video and say, hey, you take this class with me. But by the end of the week, if you have that assignment done and you have commented on 2 other people, the only thing you need to make sure you do on Monday is check that new announcement to see the new PowerPoints and go through the following week. I will have another Zoom meetup on Tuesday of next week. And what we'll be doing in that Zoom is kind of going over what I emailed out and making sure that you understand what the PowerPoints are about and the lecture that I sent. If you don't want to attend that meetup, I will be sending out other times that I'm doing the exact same meetup. I have 6 public speaking classes. So you can come to any class that you want and use the same Zoom link if you can't make it at 7:45 in the morning, okay? All right, I will send all of the things that I've set out. And someone asked, are you willing to meet with students one-on-one to practice and review speeches? Absolutely. I meet with students all through the semester and they practice their speech. You could even send it to me and let me watch it, and I'll give you some feedback before you upload it if you want to do that. Okay, good question. All right, party people, go back to bed or go to work or go get ready for your next class. Nice to meet all of you.
Nice. to
Thank
meet
you.
Thanks,
Right.
Robin.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.